Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Unhindered Faith, Motivational Monday. And I sure hope that you're ready for this one. I think I'm gonna, for the next 3 weeks, tackle a question I believe every single person has asked themselves. Maybe you're struggling with this. Maybe it's something that maybe you know somebody who's struggling with this question. And are you ready for this? It is a question that, honestly, even in tough times, we ask ourselves this. And but it comes down to this: does God exist? That's it. Does God exist? But yet it is the biggest question that we could ask. Does God exist? And I'm going to break it down in the next 3 weeks into 3 different areas. But in this very first week, answering this is, the answer is the evidence of creation. The evidence of creation. The existence of the universe. In fact, if you watch the news right now, we have 2 astronauts that are stuck on the space station, and they are now having to spend some extra time in space. They are probably the closest to understanding with the wrestling of science versus creation. But they are in the middle of probably one of the biggest answers of why God exists. And the evidence is creation, the existence of the universe and its complexity, and just how if the earth was 1 degree tilted one direction, we would freeze to death. 1 degree tilted the other direction, we would burn up. How we are perfectly aligned for perfect orbiting around the sun, all these different things. It's one of the most compelling arguments for the existence of God, but yet it is so, either you believe in science or you believe in creation, and there's no in between, and maybe that's where we get evolution, but we do know that we all evolve in our environments. Not going to get into that. The question is, does God exist? And we're going to just look at briefly the evidence of creation. Romans 1:20 says this: "For since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, his eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that people are without excuse." And in Psalms 19:1, it says, "The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands." I want you to consider just how the intricacy of our human body, the precision of the solar system, or the beauty of the sunset, or how majestic the sunrise is. Sir Isaac Newton, one of the greatest scientists in history, once said that the solar systems, I want to make sure I get this, so I wrote it down, that the solar system's order could only proceed from the counsel and dominion of an intelligent and powerful being. So Newton's awe at the universe and everything that he saw led him to a deeper belief in God and its design. So think about that. The more that Sir Isaac Newton dove into science and the universe, the deeper understanding and belief he had in his faith and who God, the creator, is. So today, I just want you to take some time and observe the world around you. Don't get so caught up in the busyness, especially in the beginning of a week or whenever you're watching this. Slow down. Look at the creation around you and just think, man, could this have just happened? Or was there a creator that created something that is absolutely beautiful? I think about my mom a lot, especially with sunsets. And my mom loved sunsets. And it's one of those, there's just something that when the sun starts to go down, there's just a painting that is across the the horizon. And I just often wonder sometimes, is God just on a sunset, no matter where you are or what you see, the sunset as it goes down, God just kind of paints a picture of saying, you know what, today was a beautiful day. You know, and the sunrise is God painting a picture saying, you know, today's going to be a beautiful day. And it's just one of those, we can find our place if we find our solitude or the place that we go. For me, it's the beach. For some people, it's the mountains. Some people like the heat of the desert. Whatever it is for you, I often think that God created it just for you. So the question, does God exist? The evidence of creation tells us he exists. So just take some time today and just enjoy what God, the Creator, has created for you in the answer of, does God exist? I hope that you enjoyed this. Next week, you don't want to miss next week, as we will dive into another answer to the question, does God exist? And we'll look at the moral argument. And so don't miss next week. But have a great week and continue to live your life with unhindered faith in a God who is not hindered by the situations that we face. Have a blessed week.